Platform 3.
Rail fares are heading in one direction, up. A 5.9% increase awaits passengers buying tickets from today. It's the biggest rise in a decade. At a time when purses are being squeezed to pulp, it's a hard reality to swallow.
You kind of reconsider using an alternative such as like a bus or, like other different transport than getting on the train.
It does put me off a bit. I'd probably, since the existing price rises over the last 3 or 4 years, have already done that anyway.
Every single year it's gone up, and this is the biggest increase, but now I think it's gone too far. It's getting too high.
The Department for Transport sets fares for a number of regulated tickets, including season and off-peak. A season ticket from Nottingham to London for 5 days costs over £10,000 a year. But from today, that ticket will rise by more than £600. Usually, fares go up by July's Retail Prices Index measure of inflation. Last year, it was 12.3%. The government says it's shielding passengers from the brunt of the costs by keeping the rise closer to 6%. Rail Minister Hugh Merriman said, "I understand it has been a difficult year and people are feeling the pinch, which is why, through the biggest ever government intervention, we capped the rise well below inflation and delayed it coming into force." It's been a rough time on the railways. From strikes to the pandemic, subsidies have kept trains running to the tune of £31 billion.
Well, no one likes prices going up for anything, and it's certainly no different when it comes to rail fares.
Mike Hewitson is head of policy at Transport Focus. The independent watchdog says passenger confidence is suffering.
It's hard for people to accept having to pay more if they're not getting more in return. Paying more for an unreliable service isn't good. So I think the important thing for the railways, if passengers are going to have to pay more, that they get a better service in return. And by that, I mean a service they can depend on.
While the fare cap only applies to some tickets, rail operators tend to follow the trend. When all prices seem high, hiding is wiser than standing out for the wrong reason. Will Hollis, GB News in Nottingham.